Hey guys, I'm Michael, bit of an introduction. I'm here at SMR doing exchange testimonial, just a bit of a review over how my exchange has gone so far, covering travels, study, culture, everything. So I'm doing commerce and engineering, double degree back home, doing engineering subjects right now here. I'm only here for 6 months. So I'm going to start with why I chose Monash, Malaysia. To be honest, this is my 5th year at university and I've never really considered going on exchange. I've had a couple of friends come here. They pretty much just told me about how Monash gives you a lot of subsidies for accommodation, flights, plus grants to go towards living expenses. I'd always assumed that exchange was really expensive and this kind of made it a bit easier to get here. But I think that's pretty much the same story for everybody who's in Malaysia. From the Australian Clayton campus, basically it's a really affordable trip, so it makes it a lot easier. Particularly one of my mates who was here second semester last year, he made a bunch of videos, kind of like what I'm doing. So I was always seeing what he was up to, where he's been, and it just looked really cool. So I figured it would be a good way to kind of mix it up a bit. I've got 1 year left to go, so may as well make the most of it. And yeah, here I am. It's kind of cool. I've already been telling my own experience to a couple of friends back home. I know one of the girls has put her application in, which is kind of cool. So hopefully she gets through and she'll be here next semester. So we've got Monash abroad, both at Clayton and over here at Sunway. Monash abroad over here, got the abroad office. Hey guys. Yeah, you guys have been great so far. Everything's been really smooth. Good transition into uni. Alright, so life in Malaysia. Everybody on exchange is living, or well, majority of them are living at SMR, which is the Sunway Monash residence. If there's any future students watching, it's literally right across the road from Monash, and you walk about 3 minutes and you're on campus, which personally for myself has been great. I've been doing a bunch of group assignments where we'd be working at uni to like 11 o'clock, which is when the labs close at night, and it's so easy to just walk back here and you don't feel like, oh, I have to go drive or catch public transport for half an hour to an hour to get home. Just makes it really easy to zip over to uni if you need to do work, which is really good. There's plenty of food around. There's a restaurant downstairs called Lunchbox, which I've been eating there a fair bit. You've got a gym here, which is great. Like, started working out again. There's a pool. Everybody gets down there on the hot days. You've pretty much got everything you need. I guess living in Malaysia, we've kind of been trying to see a fair bit of it. Typically on the weekends, certain groups of the exchange students will head in different directions around the mainland of Malaysia. So we've had a trip up to, first one was to Langkawi, that's up north, just before Thailand. I'll slap a couple of photos up on this video just so you can see what I'm talking about. So in Langkawi we went to the Geo Park, which is pretty cool. You get a little catamaran dinghy sort of thing, and the guide takes you around to the bat caves, which you get off and go for a wander through these really tight dark caves, and you look up and there's just bats all over the roof. It's kind of cool. They show you this lagoon area where the Langkawi's eagle. We also visited a fish farm there, which got to see a whole bunch of different fish, play with a stingray, a little bit Steve Irwin. I had a fish spit in my face. They're called archer fish, and pretty much like they can shoot up to 3 meters out of the water out of their mouths just to shoot flies and stuff. But yeah, one of them got me in the face. That's kind of funny. So we've also done trips over to Kapus Island, which is the most relaxed island I've been to. There's no roads or anything there, so you get a boat over and it's just a precious beach line and bush tracks, and really cool accommodation, cool people, not too busy. So we spent a whole couple of days just chilling. I bought this kite, it's pretty fun. Got a couple of photos of that. Also, a lot of people have been going to Promethean Islands. I haven't been there yet, but we'll get a chance eventually. One thing I really like about Sunway is that they have this giant rock climbing wall right in the middle of campus. So me and a couple of the other guys have been going down there at least once or twice a week. I haven't done rock climbing since school, so it's been really good to get back into it. And definitely only been a couple of times, but still improving already, which is sweet. And it's kind of making me want to go do it again back home. So yeah, I mentioned I'm at SMR, so I'm just in my room at the moment, kind of slowly making it more and more me. So yesterday I made this big poster, which is my car on the Gradation Road. It's kind of it's a photo I took just before I left, so I just printed that all out. Got the desk and all the goods, juice, IKEA lamp. There's my view. There's the hat collection. So yeah, so that's my room. That's what we do. So the academic side of things over here. This semester I'm doing 3 subjects. They're my final engineering subjects before I go into my final year project. So it's essentially the last engineering subjects I'll be doing. I'm doing 2 of them. Probably more time consuming than any of the subjects I've been doing in the past. It's Design 3 and Experimental Project, which are both group-based research and design projects that span over a couple of weeks. The other subject is Industrial Noise Reduction. One thing I have found is with the design subject, a lot of it is based on computer modelling. The computers over here in the computer labs are definitely not as powerful as the ones back in Clayton. I've been finding they often crash once every hour. They pretty much just bog down and you can't do any work and you have to restart it. Also at 6:15 PM all the computers shut down and restart. I think it's the stupidest thing in the world. I've lost so much work because I keep forgetting about it, but basically it's their way of saying get out of these labs, go move to one of the all-night ones. But even the all-night, they close at 11 PM. The ones in Clayton are open all night. You can do 24-hour access, which a lot of people in Design 3 often utilise because it's that time consuming. But so I've had, last week was the busiest week, I'd say. I had like 4 nights in a row working from like 9 till 11 PM, which is kind of sucky, but got all my assignments in, which was good. So I've kind of dodged around it, but I think now that I've talked about a couple of things, I'm going to jump back to how my exchange so far has affected me. I think the first thing is how Malaysia compares to what I expected. To be honest, I didn't know what to expect because I hadn't been to the Southeast Asia before. Years ago I was travelling around China, and oddly being here has given me more of an appreciation for Chinese culture, people, places. Kuala Lumpur used to be a British settlement. It's in a way there's a lot of similarities that there are back home, just in the architecture, the fact that there's English everywhere. I've found pretty much every Malaysian on the street you speak to will speak some degree of English, and all the signs here all have English on them. I get the feel that Malaysia definitely has its own culture. It's just not as set in stone and clear, and I feel like it's still very strongly developing. 50 years from now, Malaysia will be have a lot more of its own identity. But that said, perhaps it's just what I've experienced so far, and I have still got a lot to see around Malaysia. So it'll be interesting to see if my view of this changes. I want to go see South Korea and Japan. I think they'd also have a very strong, unique cultural identity that would be very different to both here and back home in Australia. So I'm going to run through some photos, just from general travels on the trip. We went to this high ropes course, which was pretty cool. I made a video of that as a bit of a way to show the other guys what they could do over there. So yeah, pretty much just a high ropes course. I think at the maximum it's about 30 metres off the ground, which is pretty high. and took us about 2 hours to navigate the whole course, and it's pretty much self-guided. So me and a couple of the others went into the city for the first Kuala Lumpur City Grand Prix. So it's not Formula One, but they had a whole bunch of divisions of different cars. My favourite, we got to see the Lamborghinis. Yeah, the Lambo race. They are sick. I don't know. I was just loving it the whole time. Also got some video which I might play. Yeah, you can see pretty cool photos. Really like that one. The photo, this is over at Campus Island, so this is on our snorkeling boat trip. Pretty much, yeah, it's about 20 ringgit, and I think it was, and they take you out on a boat around to one of the nicest snorkeling spots they've got there. I'll put some video in here as well. Saw a couple of clownfish. There was a lot of big sea urchins. Didn't get to see a turtle, which I'm pretty keen to. There's some more. So that pretty much wraps it up. So yeah, 6 weeks in, 6 weeks to go. I'm sure I might end up doing another sort of video review like this, just to look back on the entire semester. Otherwise, I'm making YouTube videos of everything we do over here, pretty much, or anytime we go away and travelling, which are all up on my YouTube channel. So otherwise, yeah, that's my time in Malaysia so far.